Hi, I'm Chris Berry, and my final project was SolidWorks routing. It's a add-in feature that you get from this tools drop-down menu and add-ins. That guy right there. You can access default routing parts from your design library under the routing tab. It's good for routing pipes, electrical wires, things like that that you would want to drag around in long configurations. Um, it's kind of a cool feature. It can be pretty finicky. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Sometimes it's really tough to fit what you want in the space provided. You have to be very careful with routing to strange angles. They give you a couple of default elbows, 180 degrees, 45, 90, and unless you create your own custom elbows, you pretty much can't route to strange angles like that. Okay, here I've kind of hidden the rest of my assembly so that I can show you guys how to route a simple pipe. You can get, like I said, your components over here from the design library, and you click and drag them into the assembly, and what they do is what's called a smart mate. As you can see, it kind of mated itself to the other end of that flange. Then it gives you a list of a bunch of different flange sizes and types that you can choose from. So once you do that, you can choose from a whole bunch of different things over here. There's different elbow angles. You can upload custom fittings. Accept that. Once you do that, you can see it throws a pipe on here, and you can extend it as far as you want. I found it's easier to work with two flanges when you're trying to route to something, just because it gives you that little pipe extension that you can manipulate. I also found it's easier to work if you work from different default orientations. Otherwise, you'll end up going up and down through planes that you don't really want to go to. You can extend these pipes just basically by using your normal sketch tools. I'm just using the straight lines here. As you can see, as you draw it, it puts corners on it automatically. And then, assuming you get it right, you can click and drag it and connect pipes. And if they're different size pipes, it'll change them to whichever size you clicked and dragged onto that other pipe. And there you go. So that's kind of the basics of a simple route in SolidWorks. I'm going to get this to zoom out. Kind of slow. Okay. One other thing I want to note is when you're connecting flanges to custom parts, this is a custom deaerator tank. You can see it doesn't fit quite correctly because their pipe coming out of here does not work with these flanges. And before, it gave me a little red warning that says it can't rebuild. I don't know where that went, but it was talking about this pipe because these flanges did not fit on their custom pipes. As you can see, these were two different size pipes, so it changed to the smaller one because I clicked and dragged the smaller one to connect to this one. And down here I had a problem with this not being high enough off of this ground piece. The angle was too sharp, so I couldn't bend this pipe without getting rebuild errors. If you have a pipe like this and you don't leave enough room after you create a corner, it'll give you a rebuild error just like that too. So it's kind of another thing to keep in mind. But basically, once you figure out how to plan your space out, how to use these default orientations to draw your lines and kind of connect them, it's a pretty cool feature, and I could see it being very useful if you became an expert at it. And that's my final project. Thanks.